Major themes in the Book of Genesis. The Book of Genesis presents foundational themes that shape the entire narrative of Scripture, revealing God's character, humanity's purpose, and the unfolding plan of redemption. At its core, Genesis begins by portraying God as the sovereign creator who brings the universe into existence by his command. Creation is orderly, purposeful, and good, reflecting not only God's power but also his intentional design. Humanity, made in the image of God, stands at the pinnacle of creation. This divine image grants human beings inherent dignity, moral responsibility, and a unique vocation to steward the earth. Human identity, work, relationships, and creativity all trace their origins to these opening chapters. Yet the narrative quickly shifts as the theme of sin enters the story. Through the disobedience of Adam and Eve, the harmony of creation is disrupted, and the consequences of rebellion ripple outward into every aspect of human life. The spread of sin becomes evident in the murder of Abel, the increasing wickedness before the flood, and the pride reflected in the Tower of Babel. Although judgment naturally follows human sinfulness, Genesis consistently shows that God's justice is accompanied by mercy. Even when the world is destroyed by the flood, God preserves Noah's family. When cities are judged, God delivers Lot. When humanity is scattered at Babel, it becomes a protective act that restrains greater evil. Central to Genesis is the theme of covenant, through which God reveals his commitment to restore blessing to a broken world. The covenant with Noah signals a new beginning for humanity, marked by divine patience and a promise never to destroy the earth with a flood again. The Abrahamic covenant becomes the heart of the book, establishing a chosen people through whom God will bring blessing to all nations. Promises of land, descendants, and blessing to Abraham, repeated and expanded to Isaac and Jacob, demonstrate God's faithfulness even when the patriarchs falter. Faith and righteousness emerge as essential responses to God's promises. Abraham's belief is counted as righteousness, setting a pattern for how humans relate to God, not through perfection but through trust. Throughout Genesis, God's sovereignty is woven into every event. He works through unlikely people and unexpected circumstances. Barren women give birth to promised heirs, the younger is chosen over the older, and human failures become stages on which God's faithfulness shines brighter. This is most vividly seen in the story of Joseph, whose suffering in Egypt ultimately becomes the means of preserving his family. What others intend for evil, God uses for good, revealing his providential care even when his hand is not immediately seen. Family and lineage also play a crucial role, as genealogies trace the unfolding promise across generations. These genealogical records are not mere historical details, they illustrate God's commitment to his covenant and highlight the line through which his redemptive plan will continue. The conflicts within families, between brothers, spouses, and parents, reflect human brokenness but also serve as moments where God's purposes move forward despite human failure. Ultimately, Genesis is a book of beginnings. It lays the groundwork for understanding God, humanity, sin, and salvation. It introduces the central themes of blessing, promise, election, and grace that echo throughout the rest of Scripture. Even as the book ends with Joseph's death in Egypt, the underlying message remains one of hope. God is faithful, his promises endure, and his plan for redemption is already unfolding.